Hello and welcome to the Insights and Motivation YouTube podcast. Yes, this is an AI-generated content, but remember, there was a human at the beginning of it, creating and curating this material with care and purpose. I request you, dear listener, to step aside from any bias and listen to the message itself. Take the message, not the messenger. That is the key. The same is true for the rest of the playlists and podcasts on this channel, each designed to inspire thought, dialogue, and transformation. Now let me begin the podcast. Democracy in universities and colleges, deliberation and dialogue. Dialogue is at the heart of democracy, and it must also be at the heart of higher education. Universities and colleges are not only spaces for acquiring knowledge, they are crucibles for shaping the skills of reasoning, empathy, and respectful disagreement. At this stage of psychological development, young adults are forming worldviews, often encountering perspectives radically different from their own. Without dialogue, campuses risk becoming echo chambers or battlegrounds of hostility. With dialogue, they become laboratories of empathy and collaboration. Why is deliberation so necessary here? Because young adults crave recognition of their voices and validation of their identities. They are learning to test ideas, challenge assumptions, and refine beliefs. Dialogue provides them with a structured space to do this safely. Weekly open forums, classroom debates, or dialogue sessions between students, faculty, and administrators allow for meaningful engagement. Through these exchanges, students learn that disagreement does not equal division. It can be the catalyst for growth. The advantages of embedding dialogue in higher education are far-reaching. Students who engage in structured conversations develop emotional intelligence, the ability to see beyond their own perspective, and the courage to articulate their positions with clarity. Dialogue breaks down barriers between faculty and students, creating cultures of collaboration rather than hierarchy. It also encourages innovation. When diverse voices come together, new solutions to campus challenges often emerge. Sadly, many universities undervalue dialogue. Lectures dominate, discussions are rushed, and difficult conversations are avoided. Administrators sometimes view open forums as risks rather than opportunities. As a result, students either bottle up frustrations or express them explosively in protests and confrontations. The absence of structured dialogue does not silence conflict, it magnifies it. The consequences are visible both on campuses and beyond. Without practice in dialogue, students graduate lacking the ability to engage respectfully in disagreement. They enter workplaces or political arenas unprepared to collaborate across differences. This fuels polarization, mistrust, and the breakdown of collective problem solving. When universities fail to model dialogue, they fail to prepare students for democracy itself. But when dialogue is embraced, transformation occurs. A student frustrated with policy can sit in a forum with administrators and be heard. A controversial issue can be debated with structure, mutual respect, and understanding. Faculty can invite students into conversations about curriculum design or campus reforms. Dialogue becomes not a threat, but a tool for building stronger bonds. It teaches students that authority, when willing to listen, is strengthened, not weakened. Deliberation also cultivates resilience. In dialogue, students encounter views that challenge or even offend them. Learning to respond with reasoning rather than hostility is a skill that takes practice, and universities are the perfect training ground. Students learn to hold firm in their convictions while respecting others, to listen deeply before responding, and to value nuance in a world that often prefers simplicity. If universities continue to neglect dialogue, they will produce graduates who know how to argue but not how to listen, who know how to protest but not how to collaborate. But if they embed deliberation sincerely, they will produce citizens capable of engaging in difficult conversations, bridging divides, and leading with empathy. This is not a small matter. It is the very fabric of democratic society. The campus, then, must be a public square of ideas. Every forum, every dialogue session, every collaborative conversation is more than an exchange of words. It is training for citizenship, leadership, and humanity. By embedding deliberation and dialogue into higher education, we move beyond simply informing students. We shape them into communicators, collaborators, and peacemakers for the world. Did this podcast resonate with you? Are you an educator or a higher authority with the ability to influence educational policy and reform? If so, I encourage you to share this podcast as widely as possible within your connections, and do share and subscribe to this channel. This channel has lots of playlists and educational, psychological content with a focus on how to improve all systems of education, corporate culture, and many such topics. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for our next podcast.